Quick injury update. Gary Johnson strained his groin, just rushing the passer and got locked up, and cleat kind of stuck in, twisted his leg awkwardly. I don't think it's anything serious. Not a very good practice today. We got to do a better job getting our guys up and motivated for each practice. We fumbled the ball way too many times today on offense. Defense in the play it period had both the ones and the twos, drove 70 yards on their respective defenses and for a touchdown. So we got to do a better job getting our guys right, protecting the football. That's, I mean, again, as I've told you guys many times, there are two demands in this program, and that's effort and ball security. And we got to figure out a way to do a better job protecting the football, and we will. I mean, I've been doing this long enough. This is pretty standard for kind of the middle of spring ball. You get guys, first day of pads on Saturday and dinged up a little bit, and guys are feeling it, and pretty good workout yesterday. So it's our job as coaches to light a fire under them a little bit and make sure that we get the most out of them on Thursday.
Were you all out in the rain when that was happening?
Yeah, for a little bit, and then it was just becoming too much. You only get 12 in pads, and part of me wants to just, as long as there's no lightning, I want to stay out and prove to our guys that we're not soft. But at the same time, again, you only get 12 of these in pads, and you want to make sure you're getting good work. And it got to the point where it was too much of a hindrance.
How do you feel about an injury like this? How do you feel about pushing Gary to come back, because it is spring? So how do you weigh?
I'll never push a kid to come back from an injury.
I didn't mean it like that. I mean just because any guy out here that gets dinged up like that, do you want to take it easy?
No, I don't. I mean, we get them back as fast as possible, and there's nobody's exempt from getting better in this program, and so if there's a, hey coach, he can go but he's going to be limited, or then it's then it's a, hey, let's weigh the pros and cons here. But yeah, nobody's going to be put in a glass case in this program.
Cool. Tom, we saw Neil lose one as we were walking out, and I know that holding on to the ball has been a problem, or something you guys have been concerned with since he got here. What is he going to have to do to prove that you guys can trust him with the ball?
We got to coach him. That's our job, is to coach him. His job is to accept coaching. Our job is to coach him. So Coach Drayton's got a big task ahead of him. I got a big task ahead of me, and Coach Beck has a big task ahead of him. It's to make sure that we can trust running backs and holding on to the football, and that's never in doubt. And then that way the most talented guy can play, because what a shame it would be if a talented guy had to sit on the bench because nobody trusted him. And this is now anybody. This is not just Tennille Carter specific. This is anybody. I mean, it's our job to make them trustworthy, and it's their job to accept our coaching too.
With Garrett going down, does that move Deli to first string rover? And how does a true freshman handle a situation like that? Pat's just getting on, and hey, you're the first guy now.
He's swimming. You just answered my question for me, that he is the first guy now. No, I think that'll be by committee. Probably Ed Freeman can play that position, and so that'll be, him and Ed probably splitting the reps between the ones and the twos.
Coach, I know we've talked a lot about Calvin Anderson, but what about Denzel Okafor? How's he looked on that side so far?
Better. He had a great play in inside drill on, when was it, Saturday, and Coach Hand, we had an offensive meeting to show some of the highlights and teaching moments from Saturday's practice, and in front of the group, he said, "Man, you really." I can't really say what he said. You really put yourself in a tough spot there, Denzel, because now you've proven to all of your teammates what you're capable of, and now we're all going to expect that every play. And did a good job today. I mean, had a couple snafus here and there, but is better.
In terms of the defense and the secondary, and you looking at different guys in different spots, nickel, or is it PJ or Chris Brown? Where are these guys fitting in?
Well, today we put Lightning in, and so the first guy to play the B or joker position would be John Bonney, because he's done it before, which then moved PJ to boundary safety, which moved Josh Thompson to nickel with the 1. So that's probably the biggest difference right now. Everybody else is pretty much status quo.
Kind of along those lines, going back to something you said last week about how that you told T.O. to take it easy on his install to help the offense a little bit. I mean,
he's still installed. Maybe I did a poor job explaining myself. They still installed it, and when they had their time away from the offense, they repped it and got it installed. It was more of a, when we're going against the offense, we need to see the base 3-man front with quarters coverage or man coverage, and the next day base 4-man front with quarters coverage or man coverage, and then we can start sprinkling in some of our calling card stuff on defense. But yeah, so they installed it. I probably used the wrong word. It was just more of a what they gave the offense to look at.
right. Okay, the reason why I ask is I came away with the impression that you thought that the offense wasn't good enough to handle the defense, and that's maybe a reason why you asked T.O. to hold back a little bit.
Oh my gosh, no,
right?
no,
Okay.
no. It has everything to do with me doing everything I can to help the offense grow, and I think that just again evaluating the entire year last year, I think having to play against the exception every day instead of the rule
Right.
is not a good way to install on offense. It's just not, and so I wanted to make sure that we didn't stunt the offense's growth this spring. And
Gotcha.
no, I mean, as you guys know, in spring ball and training camp, defense always is advanced. Should be. I'd be concerned if they weren't. So no, there's no doubt that I think our offense. I mean, we showed it today. I mean, this was a call the defense. There was no restrictions on it today, and both units drove 70 yards for a touchdown.
Will the freshmen have a chance to lose their red stripe during the spring?
Yeah, oh yeah, I think so. It'll be no. I'll let you know.
Last year around this time, defensive line was one of your biggest concerns, especially the shape they were in. Now it seems like this is one of the strengths of the team, even without Ford. What's kind of changed in that whole year, even though you're losing one of your best players?
Yancey McKnight, Oscar Giles, and Todd Orlando. I mean, they've done a marvelous job preparing those guys and developing those guys. We're not a finished product by any stretch of the imagination up front, but just physically how good a shape we are in now compared to last year, and how explosive we are and powerful we are is night and day from where we were this time last year.
Anyone flash that nose tackle spot, Tom, and how's Taquan taking to playing with his hand on the ground and
good? It's a different world in there. I mean, the closer you get to the ball, the obviously the more bodies you have around you. So I think he's adapted well. You know, hopefully we'll get Chris back here in a week or two, and that will help. And you know, Gerald Wilbon's another guy that is, I don't know if flashed is the right word, but he's on track.
Tom,
Last one.
through 4 practices, any thoughts, good, bad, or indifferent on your quarterbacks?
No. Good. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Mhm.